Okay, I think I still have your
Yeah, the room's going live, I think. Hey, I think we are live, sir. All right. I think we're live. I don't know if my audio is good. We're going to check a few things. We're going to have some technical difficulties here, guys. Just hold on. But welcome to It's Based. We're doing a game jam here. It's the fall game jam. We're just going to iron out a few of these technical details and make some announcements. I think everyone's ready for the hype stream. We're getting a few people up here to talk about games they've made in the past, what we do here at It's Base, and all the things that we can help you out doing, and along with participating in all of our quarterly game jams. Let me please post the link. All right. We're going to let everybody know. We have a few of our previous participants from the game jams that are going to show up and hang out with us tonight. I'm not sure if anyone's in the back rooms yet, but we can start inviting people up. If you can, Treebeard, that'd be great. Please move me to the featured area too. All right, there you go. That's a little better. Yeah, so we're going to make the announcement for the actual theme of the game jam here in about 5 minutes. It was supposed to be about 20 minutes ago, but we're working on it. And we're going to start bringing some people up as soon as we can get people into the back rooms and talk about it. But yes, this time we're going to be joining our guest judges are going to be Aiden Paladin and Ian Crossland, as he has been regular. And Aiden Paladin has been very, very awesome creator in the past. I've watched almost everything that she's created. Used to watch all of it. Now it's hard because it's so long and it's wonderful content. Ian is the Graphene Machine, and he is going to join us again for the judging. And I think the judging show is on the 15th of November. We end this game jam would be the it's November 7th, and we'll have 2 weeks. Prize pool is $500 to our first place winner. And let's see if we can.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you guys?
Hey, Eagle. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah.
Tired. It's been a long day.
Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah, so welcome to the Game Jam Show. We're trying to do this new software we're working on too, so that could be part of our problem. But we're having a good time tonight. Just going to talk about the Game Jam. So, are you ready to build something for the Game Jam?
Yeah, I have a couple of ideas and stuff like that, but like usually as it goes, it's probably going to get thrown out of the water with.
Yeah, once the theme drops, it's always you have to kind of weigh the pros and cons of your idea. Will it fit the theme or not?
Yeah, you just always have to like kind of like work hard and be like think on your feet and be like, okay, well maybe this idea won't work, but maybe this idea will work, and then you go
right. Yeah, you'll probably be if we, I'm going to drop the theme right at 7:00. That's when the itch.io page opens up, and we will. Let's see if I can get that going here.
Yeah, it's. I can't wait until to see what people are making and stuff like that. And it's always going to be interesting to see like what everyone's producing, especially like the out of the box things that are going to be developed by people who are going to make like the next great game and stuff like that. The great artwork that we'll see, and we already see that already with Jamcast. It's based.
Yeah, we've
Uh,
had a lot of really good creators that have made some stuff. I was a big fan of that Dustmere game that was being made. That looks pretty awesome. Um, we've had some winners in the past. I myself was a winner of the
oh,
first Game Jam.
oh, sweet.
I made sure to enter when there was very few participants. That way, it's easier to win. That's the tactic.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? If we get this thing still popular, maybe we'll be able to do a little bit of that culture jamming and stuff like that.
Treebeard, we are still unlisted as far as I can tell. Yeah, we only have one viewer, and that's probably myself because I'm watching it. We need to. Sorry if the keyboard's really loud. Unfortunately, I had to.
No, that's okay, man.
Hey, I think that means we're live now. Does this do I need to fix it? Do I need to redo? Are we still like introed or what's going on with the stream exactly?
Let me look and see.
It there's in the sub feeds. Okay, so it is there. All right, we are definitely showing. Yes, there it is. Okay, it's showing us up on live. And it is it all the previous time has been there. So okay, that's cool. Treebeard, can you make the announcement in the Discord?
Oh man, I thought we were live for a second. Oh no.
We are live. We are live
Oh.
right now.
Oh no.
We have actually been live for 5 minutes, but the buttons were not pushed correctly, so we're going live-ish. We're about 6 minutes behind on the stream, so I'm going to redo the introduction. Welcome to It's Based. I'm Prozac God. I'll be your host tonight, and we're going to be talking about this fall game jam. We're going to have a $500 bounty for the winner. We have two wonderful guest judges. It's going to be Aiden Paladin. Awesome. And since the timing is just right, I will announce the theme right now because that's when the game jam starts. So, also, can you, Treebeard, can you make sure that you announce it in the Discord as well?
Yeah, it's
after I announce it. So, the theme of the jam is going to be called Keeper of the Flame. The idea came to me when I started seeing that there was leadership that isn't always there for you. Passions are hard to maintain. When you have a cause or purpose in life, how do you keep carrying it on? It started out as an idea, and then immediately after that, Charlie Kirk was assassinated. To me, that led this idea that we need to really push this idea. Like, how do you maintain the passion for a goal, a project that you didn't start, that you didn't maintain, that you were there, and you now need to pick up the torch and carry it along? And that was the hint that was dropped on the X post earlier today in the video. Has anyone paid attention? But the idea is that in many ways you pick up the torch and carry on in the absence of others always. And how do we keep that passion going? So that's the theme of the jam. Now, there's all kinds of ways we can interpret that or how we can give that to others. Eagle, since you're on and you're in the hot spot, what do you think about the theme?
I mean, there's a lot of different ideas that you can I kind of have an idea of like what I personally would do. When I think of like Keeper of the Flame, I think of like a 2D platformer where you're basically running and you have to like maintain balance of a torch per se.
Yeah.
So you can either drop the torch or you can either like burn yourself with it. That's kind of what I have initially. Another idea was something a little bit more passion driven and stuff like that, where it's more along the lines of keeping something alive. And
Yeah.
yeah,
You could it can be story driven as well. It doesn't have to be necessarily like a it doesn't have to be particularly like game mechanic. So you could literally just interpret this, in the literal sense, and build a bit of a story around the idea of a leader failing, not around anymore. Could have been someone who was lost in battle or some other way, and then here you are, a lowly peasant or something, and then you're working your way up to try to make sure that the particular way that they ran their country or something was helped. That kind of be a nice little project, be an interesting idea.
there's a lot of ways that you can kind of interpret this idea. And like one of the ways that I would kind of like initial ways I would kind of like do so story wise is like, has anyone watched My Hero Academia?
Yeah, I've watched that.
Yeah. So you know the scene when All Might basically loses all of his powers finally?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Like that scene of kind of like him fighting all out and going for the sacrifice and basically keeping that spark alive inside of him as long as he could is very good as an idea of Keeper of the Flame and stuff like that. This is a very expansive topic that we can kind of use and play with. And
yeah. I like it when the game jam themes are kind of broad and very open ended, and everyone gets a chance to just kind of just go with it. Just pick a path and interpret however you will. Generally speaking, like in our game jams, we've always let people just we'll interpret it quite broadly and openly and let people just do what they want to do. All right. Was there anything that you wanted to talk to us about, Eagle? I didn't know if there was anything else that you had on your mind. If we want to bring somebody else up, I didn't know if we had anybody in the background there.
I mean, if we have somebody else on, I mean, I can talk a little bit about like what I've been doing. Recently changed the name of a podcast I host and stuff like that. But like, yeah, I could talk about a little bit about stuff if somebody else wants to hop on and stuff like that, talk about what they want.
What kind of game stuff do you play games? Do you you like to build, or what's the kind of genres that you work on? If what's the kind of game that you made in the past? Just kind of messing around.
Dude, I've been working on like so I was a AAA developer. I worked at a couple of studios and stuff like that. I made world famous RPG that totally is famous for the right reasons. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Trying to be a little bit keep that kind of hidden for obvious reasons.
Yeah, understood.
Yeah, and then I also worked on a couple other projects, mainly a turn-based RPG that was on mobile phones.
Everyone's got a phone, right?
Oh yeah, everyone has that phone, right? And we were one of the more successful turn-based RPGs on phones. I wasn't the lead DevOps engineer. I was the DevOps engineer junior, kind of. We'll say that much.
Okay.
And I basically, I did a lot of that work. I did a lot of back-end work. I did a lot of minuscule work. Since then, kind of leaving the industry, I became kind of bouncing around a little bit, getting back into doing game development, bringing in people into my personal team. And we're trying to kind of make a game, hopefully get some funding and stuff like that going. So that way then we can kind of pursue development a little bit more seriously and a little bit more full-time. Because right now it's like, I would like to pursue development full-time, but that requires money. And not everybody has
Yeah, if you participate in the jam and you win, you can get $500. I don't know if that's going to help much, though. It doesn't go very far these days.
It doesn't. Every little bit helps in a way, because right now you have people who are actively struggling in this industry, and if I may say a little bit and say my opinion on it, you have a lot of developers who we sit there and we kind of stay silent because we're afraid of losing our jobs, and
yeah.
we don't really know what the best way is in order to approach our higher ups and stuff like that. And you saw a little bit of this with Charlie Kirk and stuff like that, where you start seeing a lot of these people who ran their mouth and did a lot of damage to the industry, starting to get punished and stuff like that. And it wasn't, I won't say that like cancel culture is a good thing or anything like that, but it's like when you're sitting there and you're saying that you want somebody dead because of their political views.
Oh yeah, no, it's wholly inappropriate.
Oh yeah, it's completely wrong. And then it's like you're getting fired. That to me just says, oh, you said something worse behind closed doors. And
yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah, and it's like
that's a good point.
Yeah, it's you can have any opinion that you want. I personally think that it's okay to be. You can do whatever you want, really, in a sane and rational society. But like, you have to be respectful to people and stuff like that. In terms of my personal projects, what I've been making lately, I made a shoot 'em up, and I'm going back into that and delving into the hells that is UI design, main menus and stuff like that.
Yeah, what engine do you like to use? What game engines? What tools do you?
Oh man! So personally, right now, the main engine that I've been using a lot of is I've been using a lot of Unity, which I know is like, it's horrible and terrible because of everything that they've done in the past. But then you also have now. Now I've been kind of diving more into Unreal and Godot and kind of telling my programmer, who I just recently acquired, who's hopefully not going to be working for free much longer. He'll probably be getting a sizable chunk of the prize money to get it. Is we're going to try and like learn Godot. We're going to try and learn a little bit of Unreal. We're going to try and push people towards that kind of stuff, so that way then we can kind of do anything. My personal opinion is that out of all of them, I prefer Unity, but that's because I have the most experience with Unity.
Yeah, I've been the kind of person that likes to build game engines, so I've kind of done a lot of my own just development around that idea. I like stateful engines. I like building the like different like loop mechanisms. I built some game engine tools in like Python, but I kind of because of that, I found that Godot was like the direction I liked the most as far as like the development cycle goes. It feels closer to that sort of paradigm for me.
Building your own game engine, I'm currently learning that right now, and I'm streaming my process and learning it a little bit here and there as well. And that takes a lot of time, and I have a lot of respect for the people who do it. Because I eventually end up like going like, oh God, I made this horrible mistake and now my program won't launch. Oh God, what do I do? And me being a noob at C++ is like, there's a lot of ways in order to blow up a project that way, per se. So.
Yeah, it's C and C++ are probably the harder ones to kind of jump in and build game engines out of. There's a lot of like resource allocation and like assets like handling you have to deal with, and that boilerplate code is going to be heavier in C++ and C. Just trying to get through it, and then make sure that you release your resources correctly. And then in most game engines, one of the big things that game engines do for you is they manage your assets per scene, so that asset loading can happen at like incremental times instead of just loading everything all at once. Especially because you only have you have a limited amount of video RAM, things like that. So the game tools, they kind of help organize all those pieces. And so yeah, like when game engines get bigger, one of the things you have to deal with is like, how do you unload all the data from a scene, and how do you reload the next one, and how do you keep it from stuttering, or how do you keep it happening fluidly between, like let's say you've got an open world, they have to analyze the asset usage in an area and make sure that everything's not overloading the system. There's complexity across the board there.
Yeah. The complexity makes it, though, a lot more fun and stuff like that.
It's so fun. It's really, yeah, it's very fun. That's the hardest part, is like learning to sometimes step back and, go find a good library to solve the problem for you. All right.
Yeah.
I think Treebeard, if you're around, bud, you can. Why don't you jump up on stream? We'll talk about see if you're what's going on. If anybody in the is in the Discord, message Treebeard on Discord. We're trying to get people to jump in and join the jam. Talk about the Jamcast.
Oh, I'm up. Hey, how's it going, lads and ladies?
Hey, how you doing there, bud? All right. Yeah, so Treebeard, Treebeard helps us out on the back end. He's one of our part of our admin team. He's the one pushing the buttons on the stream today.
Yes, today all one of them. Sorry, you're probably wondering, wow, is their team must be so inept or so behind schedule. Like, hey, I'm the whole team. I'm one man. I'm doing best I can with what I got.
It's always
I wasn't blaming you yet, but if you want to take blame,
I'm blaming myself more than anything else.
Look, it's all good, man. We're doing our best to make sure it happens.
That being said, though, considering that we built all this from scratch, like, I'm honestly amazed we actually went live. Like,
this streaming platform, Eagle, this is built by our in-house team. Like, this is stuff that it was a vision I kind of had, and we had a good developer kind of spent a lot of time on this, and I kept pushing direction for it, and we got it up and running, and this is our product.
So wait, hold on. So is this a C#.net backend, or is this I'm just gonna generally go through things. Is this C# backend or
no? So the backend is on this. I think a lot of the backend pieces are JavaScript. There's some PHP for our admin panel. And then a lot of it is we are using
leprechaun shenanigans.
Tools. We are using tools for the streaming. It's called Streamlabs. No,
OBS, Open Broadcast Software.
No, it's not OBS. Sorry, it's not actually OBS. No, it's LiveKit. LiveKit. That's what it's called. LiveKit for the actual components. And we did a lot of custom theming and work on the output that you see here. And it took us a while to get everything together. But yeah, we glued the software together and we can invite people up, and it's quite dynamic. Treebeard's down there in the bottom corner. There is one of our co-hosts in the co-host section. And then you're up on the guest section, and this is our featured section. If I had a game to share or something, Eagle, if it's a safe game, if you're a trustworthy fellow, if you want to stream one of your games or something you're doing, we'd allow it, and I can show you how the featured area works. And
I can load up Unity game engine and stuff like that, or I can load up Unreal and I can show the last Game Jam project I worked on.
Show us the last Game Jam project work.
Yeah, show everyone like behind the scenes.
Oh god,
because we're hoping to get more new people in. So like, you have people come in like who've never looked at a Game Jam before, so you're going into the deep end. So it might be a good idea to show them like how it all works.
Yeah. Okay. So let's open up. Oh no! Did everything just blow up?
Interesting choice of words, but yeah.
Sometimes my computer's a little weird, so I need to upgrade it actually because it's like close to 10 years old.
Wow, perfect. Don't forget to actually hit, if you go to the top right hand corner of your icon on screen, it'll say share screen.
Yeah, you click on that.
Okay. Well, let me load up the project first.
Yeah, remember, it's recorded. It's live. Be careful what you leak.
I don't think that anybody's going to get too mad at me.
It's the internet. Just say anything and people get mad at you.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to care. What are they going to? And what are they going to do? They're going to be like, "Oh my god, you shared our game that you worked on." How dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you? More likely, it's just going to be like, I can't believe that you shared the game on a live stream. And I'm just going to be like, yeah.
It's called a Let's Play.
If the game is good,
yeah.
share it, let everybody see it.
So
It's kind of hard to believe that we've been doing these for like what, a year and a half now, nearly. Well, we've been recording
Yeah.
them live for a year now.
Right, we've been doing the live shows and the streaming and the judge stuff for like about a year now. I think it's getting close to it if it isn't already. And then the first jam I did was January a couple of years back. So at this point, it's been February, January. It'll be 2 years, give or take.
okay, I'm going to try something, and I'm just going to do something very. So I'm loading up the project right now, and I'm going to try and refresh my stream so that would then.
Nope, we might have to like re-invite him back on the stage
Oh, okay.
because I think he just refreshed his link.
It should still be a valid link, I believe. I'll double check. If he re-puts it back into URL.
Well, and then he'll join the lobby when he joins back, I think.
Yeah, and then I'll bring it back up. I still have access. Man, I'd much rather be like making the games than trying to like. I kind of miss making them. Maybe I'll make a game jam game this time around, just as a Game Jam Simulator 2026.
Yeah, I'll make an entry, even though I can't really be entered in the competition, but I could still noodle around with an interesting idea and just show it off. That is if I find time to do something.
Bernie Eagle's having some tech issues.
Oh, okay.
That is a real pity. But I mean, you said you've missed making games. Like I remember your first ever game. It was like a top-down 2.5D like Omni shooter kind of thing. It was like defend the compound.
Yeah, that was the the defend the compound one was the you know what? It's crazy loud. So maybe I don't want to play it on stream, but I think it's still hosted on itch.io. Yeah, I think but yeah, it was. So I'm a big fan of emergent systems, and so the way that I worked on it was I gave 3 enemy types. One of them was a sergeant, a soldier, and then a strategist. When the game starts out, all the characters are just randomly scattered across the field, and then the sergeant, he runs around, and if he spots you, he will call upon all the soldiers in the area, and they'll come attack you. If a soldier sees you, they'll try to flee to the nearest. If they're too close, they'll shoot at you. But if they're far enough away, they'll try to flee to the nearest sergeant that they can find. And they'll tell him where you're at, and then immediately everyone around there goes running after you to shoot you. And then what the strategist's goal is to do is to find where your base is at on the map. And when the strategist finds where your base is at, it'll run away from your base, telling everybody where your base is at. And there's like 4 strategists, 5 in the game. And then it ends up being kind of neat because like as you're playing, like you could kill the strategist, and then if they find your base, and then no one will know how to find your base easily. Or if you miss a strategist who sees your base, then all of a sudden you're being attacked. So there's like a lot of interesting like emergent gameplay that comes out of doing that. Then the other one I built was more of like a tech demo. It's just I kind of wanted to build my own voxel engine, and I built a Minecraft style like a voxel engine in JavaScript. And it was hard because in the 2-week time frame, getting the game engine finished and building it into a game was very difficult. It was a lot of overhead to figure that out. It was an interesting tech demo. It worked well, but it just wasn't a game, obviously.
Yeah. Oh, I think Eagle's about to share a screen soon.
Okay, bring him up to feature him on the. We'll swap places here.
Yeah,
whenever he's ready.
Yeah. Oh, geez, this is broken. Really broken. Oh God, it's
nice.
So typically what usually ended up happening was we were working on a project, and the project was very simple. So I will spawn, hit play, and I will ask the body and stuff like that. So as you can see, we have trailers here. So these are actual trailers. I can fly through some of them, like this one. You can see the colliders and everything like that. And what the game was basically going to do is the entire theme was, if I recall correctly, it was everything must go. And so we were doing a game where basically you had orders. Basically, you worked in the warehouse. Randomly, objects would spawn here, so you get like a couple of things, and then you would have to run around like a chicken with your head cut off and throw objects into your orders, and then it would send all of a sudden all the trucks over towards the Great Plain Beyond, where basically would destroy everything. Partway through the project and stuff like that, I basically was notified that like, hey, everything was working and stuff like that. So I was like, great, fantastic. So I shipped it. You have a throw mechanic where basically you can throw stuff. Hold on. There's probably no light, so that's probably what's causing a large portion of the problems and stuff like that. But basically, you had objects that you could pick up, and you would throw them into the trailer and stuff like that. So I can show a little bit of the code if I can find a player character. 1 second. Where is the first person? There it is. Oh, great. Fantastic. There we go. So this is like all of the blueprint code for the player character. So like you have your camera, all of this is generic Unreal. And then we have like our input action for, hey, if you're holding an asset, this is like how we throw the object and everything like that. And like, I will say this, Blueprints is definitely the way to go. If you want to use Unreal and stuff like that, the interface system works a lot better than most things. So that's pretty much the project I worked on. Fortunately, it doesn't seem to want to work.
Never works when you want it to just show up.
Yeah. So let's try adding a light. Oh, God.
Yeah, I was going to say it'd help if you'd be on the platform.
Yeah. So. Where is my player start?
Maybe it's called Spawn or something.
Probably. Oh, spawn item, trailer spawn, first person map. Something along those lines. There we go. So you can see, pick up object, and then you can throw it. And then if it's the wrong object, it usually will throw back at you. And then,
okay.
Yeah.
How do you know which object goes where? Is it the shape of the trailer?
Yeah, so I didn't implement. I got told like basically like everything was done, and I got told like basically okay, well we'll do all the art pass and everything like that, and then I never got that code. So yeah, classic things, classic blunders and stuff.
That's a very game jam thing to have happened.
Yeah, and so basically, all of these trailers were supposed to have their own separate texture. And all of these objects were supposed to have their own unique like orientation for what object you were holding and everything like that.
Okay.
So my generic brain was like, cool, you will just have random materials, which all the materials were all changed to like different colors and everything like that. And so you would have originally what it was all of these were just planes that you could basically throw in. And they would all have their different color associated with them. And it worked quite well. So maybe I'll pursue that plan again, but that was basically my entire idea during this jam.
I think it could I think you could probably reuse some of those ideas out of that.
Yeah, I probably could.
I mean, I think we said this before. It's like ideally, like we asked them on jams they use assets, or like if they have to use assets, they disclose that when they're making the game.
Yeah, if anybody watching, if you guys are in the Discord group, like I said, hit up Treebeard, and then if you're interested in jumping up and talking about the game jam or anything else, that'd be great. If not, that's cool. We will probably stay on as long as we have people hanging out. If we don't get a whole lot of people on here, no worries. We can close it up here in a little bit.
I imagine everyone's just heard the team and there's like Wally Coyote. It's like just a Dust Coyote went zooming off to
Everyone's
start
just
enter.
like running off
Everyone's
to go
grabbing-
and the game. We have to update the itch.io. It hasn't been updated for 30 minutes. It's 30 minutes later than everybody else, but that's okay. If you're not part of the Discord, we don't care about you. No, it's not. That's me. But
Oh, wow.
please, everyone, get the word out. Get people out there. Let's see where we're at on the jam. We did get, we're getting a lot of people signed up. I will make sure the theme gets put on the jam here in the next 20 minutes or so. It's just basically as soon as we're done with the live stream, I'll jump on there and hit the buttons for that. But
Yeah, don't forget,
the theme again is Keeper of the Flame, and it's the idea of, how do you maintain a passion for projects or the goals of, say, a movement when leadership is no longer around, and you have to be the one to carry that on. And that's an important theme. I think it's one that has to be addressed often in real life or in movements, or it can just be anything really. But yeah, did we get anybody else back there in the back end? Trigger? Nobody signed up?
No one's DM'd me or anything.
Okay. Well, I don't know if we got anything else to bring up, but yeah, let's everyone have a good game jam. It's gonna be 2 weeks, and I can't wait to see all the entries.
Sweet. Yeah. Have a good night, guys.
All right, we'll see you guys. Okay, we're gonna sign off here.
Yeah.
All right, bye, lads and ladies.
Bye.